going to take off on this dunk.
Fly. They love it. So does Michael Jordan.
And his foot was honest to that tape.
Oh, that was great. I wish I had the hands to do that.
There he goes. He goes in straight, goes up in the air. Now he's sideways. Look at the air. Look at the hang time. Look at the flying motion. Look at his head above the rim. They gave him a 50. They gave Jordan a 50. He defends his championship.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline. Official NBA appearance from Jordan.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Cleveland?
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jump.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
Jordan, he's in at small forward. Mirotic is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Brooks in at the point. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Brooks kicks to Gibson. Rebound by Williams.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's James, and it's good. Caught through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
That is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Brooks. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And there's the pass to Shumpert. The screen from Thompson. Knocked away and stolen by Mirotic. The drive by Brooks. Shot from the low block. And that one's good. Brooks has got it back down to single digits for the Bulls.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off. There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Here's Brooks. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brooks has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this.
The drive by James. There is Zhao, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. There is Zhao's got 6.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Brooks, the pass to Mirotic. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists tonight.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And, guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before. Signs the multi.
And so that's the end of the first half. Bulls lead by 9.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. I'm not going to single out any one guy because we've gotten contributions from all over the place. I can't say enough about the work you fellas did coming off the bench especially. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. One more thing before I go. We can't let down our intensity. Stay focused, and let's close this one out strong.
And now the third quarter up to get going. One guy who's getting it done is Taj Gibson.
Yeah,
and the Bulls making a change here. Jordan's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 8. So on the floor for Cleveland. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point. LeBron James on the wing. It's a pick by Love. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Rose dishes to Gasol. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that
one. LeBron with it. He's got 12. Now Love. The feed to Mozgov. From 10 feet out. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Mozgov's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Bulls leading by 8. There's the dish to Gasol. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, one of the more impressive things that we know about LeBron James is that he is one of the great leaders in the NBA. His voice carries a lot of weight, and he hasn't been shy about raising his voice on social issues either. Good to see.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And speaking of LeBron's leadership, trying to will this Cavs team to a title, one of his greatest challenges.
And Kevin, the expectations are just so high. He may have had less talent around him in his first stint in Cleveland, but after winning titles in Miami, anything less seems like a step backwards.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long, Clark, as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean, you rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
Kicks it out to Love. Sinks the triple. Love's got 9.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And it's Rose penetrating, and he jams it with authority.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Here's James. 15 points in the game. 5 on the clock. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Mozgov.
And with Pau, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds.
Butler kicks to Gasol. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mozgov's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Love. The 3. They get it back. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. 17 points for LeBron. The Bulls leading by 6.
And a final point, guys, with Pau's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long.
Changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Jordan. Tony Snell comes in for Jimmy. Jordan in at small forward. Tony Snell is out there with Brooks. Then there's Nikola Mirotic. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt. But give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Boy, how many times are we going to see Pau Gasol come out and control a basketball game like he did tonight? This guy who for years has been a mastermind of the low post game. Points, rebounds, assists. You're going to get it all from Pau Gasol on the block, not to mention his veteran leadership.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.